for a walk one afternoon. Left brain and right brain. It is not lost on me that the left brain is on the right-hand side and the right is on the left. But they enjoy their afternoon all the same. Until one moment they hear a voice calling from beyond. Hey, Sheila, you want to be part of a puppet show? Puppet show? Oh my gosh. I've never been part of a puppet show before. Yes? Yes? What do you mean yes? We don't know how to do a puppet show. Yes, 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 yes. We don't even have a story. What about that thing we've been thinking about? You know, the thing. This thing? This crazy thing we've been thinking about? That's not a story. It could be a story. What do we need to do? What if we do like tea and steep it? You know how tea takes things that are complicated and it makes them simple? Let's do that to this and see what happens. And so the thing went to steep. And the friends waved it. It's been steeping for quite a while. Yet what did Ken say the puppet show was? I think it's coming up. I think it's coming up. Well, let's see how it's going. Ooh. It's a beautiful shade of green. Your favorite color, I know. I love anything green. Let's try it. Okay. Oh, I like it. Do you think we can serve it? Yeah. Let's serve it. If it's a disaster, we will cry and run away. Yes, that is true. I will still love you. Oh, that is good. Okay, let us serve it and see what happens. Preamble to the story. Well, you may know that I must find something. You may know, like me, like many of us, it was difficult to remain a little sane at the beginning of our lockdown, and one thing I began to do was to pour cold water on myself at 4:30 in the morning, trying to feel a little better. And while I was doing that, I had a thought. What is water anyway? How do two gases come together and make a liquid? Well, this story is a result of that question. In the beginning, there wasn't even darkness. There was just the dream of darkness, the dream of what could be, the dream of beginning. And then it began. The bang was big. But the particles were still small. The first particle that we had in the universe was hydrogen. Hydrogen has one positive proton in the nucleus and one negative electron. It seems perfectly balanced electromagnetically. But atoms have a strange habit. They need 2 electrons in their first orbit in order to be stable. But hydrogen, being a very friendly atom, didn't mind sharing with other hydrogens. And so they would share their electrons and be happy and stable that way. And in the beginning of the universe, another thing that was present along with these simple particles was gravity. Gravity would bring these hydrogens together and bring them together until they made the next element on our periodic table, which was helium. Helium has 2 protons in the nucleus and 2 electrons. And gravity was still working upon our friends helium and hydrogen coming together more and more closely until we had something that we know very well. Helium and hydrogen exchanging their electrons and bumping into each other as they did created a lot of energy, and it created the sun and many other suns along with it. And it is in the incubator of the sun and all the crushing and pressure and gravity that's found there that the other elements began to be formed through nuclear fusion. The next on the list of brothers was lithium. Lithium has 3 electrons in its orbit and 3 protons. The next on the list, you didn't know you were going to be learning things. The next on the list is beryllium with 4. Boron with 5. Carbon, one of my favorites, with 6. Nitrogen, the element that makes up the most of our atmosphere, with 7. And the star of our story, oxygen. Now, oxygen seems to have, obviously, more than hydrogen. It has 8. 8 protons and 8 electrons. You would think it would be happy, but no. Oxygen is not happy because its first valence, yes, is full with the 2 electrons, but the next valence orbit has 6. And we have observed that it needs to have 8. So despite having all these electrons, oxygen is still missing 2. Now, oxygen is friendly like hydrogen is, and they like to share amongst themselves. So oxygen is very happy to match up with other oxygens and share electrons. And that's how you get O2, how oxygen is mostly in our atmosphere. But oxygen is a very friendly element and likes to share electrons with other elements, including our friend hydrogen. And when hydrogen shares its 1 electron with oxygen and another, you get this very beautiful triangle. This beautiful triangle molecule is H2O, our water. Now, is it because of its triangle shape? Because of its polarity, I'm not quite sure. I'm sure someone else knows. But this is the shape of our water. And we live on a planet that is very blessed. You see, our Earth is not too close to the sun, where it would heat up and all the beautiful water evaporate, nor is it too far away that the water would freeze and become a solid. Our Earth is just in the most perfect spot where the water can be liquid. Now, liquid water is an amazing thing. It flows and dances. I am mostly made of water, and so are you. It lets us talk and think and wonder and move and be alive. It is a fantastical, magical thing. Now, when you look at oxygen and hydrogen, there's no more electrons happening here. Oxygen is not taking an electron from hydrogen, and hydrogen is not taking an electron from oxygen. They have the same number that they had at the beginning. They are sharing. And is this that makes my heart just open up. You can have needs and you can get your needs met, and it could be a win-win-win for everyone. We're very, very lucky. So sometimes it can let us be brave and realize that when we have something that we need, we don't need to feel like we're taking from others in order to receive it, because we can learn how to share. And sharing is a magical thing that takes one thing and another thing and makes something even more than the two of what they are. And so now, when I wake up early in the morning and I'm about to throw the cold water over my head, a happy habit that I have continued since our time before, I touch the water and I feel it and I marvel at it, how these three hold each other's hands in such a loving and gifting way that they're able to make a liquid for all of us to live. And just like how Ken invited us all to be part of this puppet show, because he needed puppet tellers and we needed a place to tell our story, maybe we can find a way of being brave and telling others what we need and having our needs met in a beautiful way too. How did it go?